Hi guys, it's Leanne here, and today on my channel I'm going to be doing 5 Netflix shows and 5 Netflix movies that I like. Some of them are probably not Netflix movies, but yeah, or Netflix shows either. But let's just get started. So I'm going to start with the shows, and I'm going to kind of explain the shows, or explain them all in kind of like a little tiny summary. But the first one is The Night Shift. If you've ever watched House or Grey's Anatomy or kind of like shows like that, you would know that it's kind of literally all the same thing. But the only plot twist to The Night Shift is most of the guys that are like in the ER are from the from like war, or like the Vietnam War and stuff like that. So it kind of like flashes back and flashes forward just depending on what season and what episode you're on. But I still think it's pretty cool, and I'm not really into like war type shows or movies or documentaries. I don't even like documentaries, to be completely honest. So yeah, you see me drink, it's juice. Juice. It's soda. The next one is Scream. It's kind of like the, not really, it's literally the same thing as like the Scream, or yeah, I think the Scream movies. Yeah, it's kind of like that. There's definitely a plot twist at the end of the show though. It was all good. I liked it. Kind of to explain it, like each person like in this big group, I wouldn't say big, medium-sized group, gets killed one by one, basically, and terrifying and disgusting ways. Yeah, sorry, that's a hair on my arm and it's really tickling me, but it's literally the same thing. To say though, I don't really like the Scream movies, like Scream 1 and Scream 2 and stuff like that. So this was actually a good show. I think it's because I'm more into shows than movies. I'm not sure. But the next one is The Legacies. Now, remind you not, the Vampire Diaries, the originals, and then the Legacies. So it's kind of like you have to watch both the Vampire Diaries and then the originals before you get to the Legacies. Although it did take me a long time to get to the Legacies. I pretty much like the whole thing. To explain it, it's about a group, well, the Vampire Diaries is just a group of people that turn humans into vampires, and yeah, and then lots of stuff goes down. And then in the originals, Klaus finds out that he got a girl pregnant. Now, remind you not, this girl is she's not completely human. She is werewolf. So a werewolf and a vampire. Now that's kind of a little on the sketch side. So as soon as this girl was born, I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but as soon as the werewolf vampire was born, or even before this werewolf vampire was born, everyone wanted the baby dead, in a way. It she wasn't supposed to be born. So now going into the legacies, I think in the originals, in the legacies, how do I explain this? Like, it's a school for non-human people that look like humans, so they compete against other schools and stuff like that. And I guess a lot of stuff has gone on in the school, kind of like people, or like lots of dreams happening with this vampire wolf, and like lots of things starting to go wrong. So she heads out and she figures out what the whole situation was about, because I think it was a specific item. So if I explain any more, it's gonna lose the you're gonna basically understand the whole thing and not need to watch it. So going into The Lost Girl. The Lost Girl is basically about this girl who doesn't know she is Fae. So she doesn't know she's Fae, so she eats like a human being, but the only way to live, if say someone shot her, the only way to survive that would be to like take some weird thing that comes out of people's mouth and kill people is basically the situation. So and then she finds lots of friends and stuff like that, and finds out her dad is God, I think. God. I'm not sure. One of the very weird dimension. It's very good, but so, and then the cheer squad is literally cheer squad. It kind of like goes through, if you've ever watched that TV show on Awesomeness TV, that show, it's kind of like that, just the cheer squad, I guess. Going into movies, Before I Wake is a movie, obviously, about a kid who doesn't really know what is wrong with him, but so after I went back and read the description, because I haven't watched most of these in a while, Before I Wake is basically where this kid, or after a tragedy of it's raining outside. If you hear that in the background, it's just my aromatherapy. I'm sorry, my brain farted for a second. But basically, a tragedy or a loss of a couple's kid. They foresee going to a foster home to adopt a kid, and his name was Cody. And what they didn't realize was Cody had some strange abilities that I guess made them see their kid, like their kid that died, like he was their type of idea, and they had no idea. And so they go on a little quest, I think, to some certain place that kind of like something like that. Although it was great, it was amazing. going on to the next one. As above, so below. This one, it was about an ancient artifact. This girl, it was kind of like a documentary, but not a documentary. You knew it was a movie, but it looked like a documentary. Blah. Basically, it was an ancient artifact that this girl's dad was dying to find. And apparently, he had died in the cave. Or in this, like, they go, like, under, and it's, like, cave, and has, like, all these weird things, and they run over skulls and bones and just weird stuff. And basically, you fight seeing all of these things. So it's like above earth and then below earth. So it's like as above, so below. So like, you know what I'm saying? So you're going through the same obstacle, just in reverse, basically. I'm going to tell you that I'm not saying a specific part of the movie because that's what you figure out within the movie. So they fight against certain things, and yeah. And then Stephanie is a little girl who hold on, my brain farted for a second. I guess something happened in the house, and these people find her living by herself, and they go on a quest to figure out what happened. And yeah, that one is kind of like self-explanatory. Like after you watch it, you're like, oh, okay, so that's what like Leanne was talking about. It's kind of like exactly what I just said. But yeah, so I didn't read the Bye Bye Man because, remind you not, I've watched so many movies and I didn't remember that one. But the open house, I'll go back to the Bye Bye Man, but the open house is basically where a tragedy strikes against with a dad, and the son and the mom go to a relative's rental house and live there, but they find out something bad had happened there, and lots of eerie in the room, as it said. And it kind of like, after that, kind of just like explains itself. So I actually loved this movie. So basically 3 college students move into a house, and basically what they don't realize is they opened a trap door or not a trap door, but they opened like a door for a serial killer. And yeah, and basically everything, all hell goes loose in that room, let me tell you. But basically they fight through hell to try to survive. So that one, like I said, most of these are kind of self-explanatory, but I don't want to give too much away because then it would be so unnecessary to watch. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.